Welcome to the Reality Revolution. I'm your host, Brian Scott. Today's activation is the field, activating pure quantum field awareness. There's a place you've been before your name was given, before your story was assembled, before the architecture of personality was constructed around you by the people and experiences and accumulated interpretations of a lifetime. There was something so continuous, so constant, so thoroughly the background of every experience you have ever had, that it has been nearly invisible to the ordinary mind. That something is the field. The field exists beneath every moment of your existence, the inexhaustible ground of all reality, the substance of which you are made, the source from which all things arise and to which all things return. This activation is your conscious entry into it. Physicists discovered it through mathematics and measurement, the quantum vacuum, the zero-point field, the ground state of reality from which all particles arise and into which they dissolve. They found that empty space is, in truth, full beyond all reckoning. The most densely packed, most energetically active, most creative medium in existence. The vacuum of space contains more energy per cubic centimeter than the entire observable universe contains in visible matter. This is scientific description of what mystics called Brahman, what the Taoists called the uncarved block, what the Kabbalists called Ein Sof, what quantum physicists now call the field of all possibilities. The field is the substance of which you are made, the canvas and the painter and the painting simultaneously. You are something far more extraordinary than a solid object moving through empty space. You are a pattern of vibration, temporary, beautiful, specific condensation of the field into the form called you. Your atoms are 99.9999999% space. The particles within those atoms wink in and out of physical existence thousands of times per second, borrowing their reality from the quantum foam, returning to it, borrowing again. You are more field than form. You are more potential than fixed reality. You are more open than you have ever been told. This is the first gift of entering the field consciously. You discover who you actually are and what you actually are. And the discovery is liberation. A being who knows itself as pure potential is freed from the story of their limitations. A being who has touched the ground state of reality, even once, even briefly, carries that knowing back into ordinary life as a permanent upgrade in their operating system. The field transforms everything it illuminates. The second gift is access to intelligence that the ordinary mind cannot reach. The field is non-local, meaning that everything within it is connected to everything else simultaneously across any distance outside of linear time. When you enter field awareness, you are plugging into this non-local network. Intuitions arrive with unusual precision. Solutions appear to problems that hours of rational analysis failed to resolve. You perceive patterns invisible to the surface mind. Creative inspiration flows from a source deeper and more reliable than personal cleverness. This is the experience reported by every great scientist, every visionary artist, every mystic who ever described their most extraordinary insight as arriving from somewhere beyond thinking, as gifts, as downloads, as lightning strikes of understanding that felt more like remembering then discovering. They were reaching the field. The field heals, because the nervous system finds the deep rest it requires for gentle repair, and the body returns to its own genius. The third gift is healing at every level. The body held in field awareness returns to coherence. The nervous system, so often locked in the chronic vigilance of stress, finds the deep rest it requires for genuine repair. The immune system strengthens when the emergency signal of survival is quieted. Mental and emotional patterns that seemed fixed and intractable soften in the light of the field, because those patterns were themselves condensations of older fears. And fear dissolves when the being it inhabits discovers that at the deepest level all is well, all has always been well, and the ground of existence is generous beyond any reckoning. The fourth gift is the one that changes everything else. The experience of being the field transforms your relationship with manifestation permanently. Intentions set from the field awareness carry a different weight than intentions set from the surface mind. They are coherent, aligned with the deeper intelligence of the whole, and they move toward form the way water moves toward its level, naturally, inevitably, without strain. This activation takes you there. Consider it a return rather than a journey. You've been in the field all along. Before the first particle condensed from the quantum foam, before the first atom assembled itself from the dance of electrons and protons, before the first star ignited, before the first galaxy organized the scattered light of creation into its vast and spiral splendor, the field existed. It has no beginning. It will have no end. It is the substrate of all that is, all that was, all that will be, and all that exists in the infinite domains of possibility. It is the silence that contains all music. It is the space within which every thought, every atom, every galaxy, every love story, every heartbreak, every prayer and discovery, every death, and every birth is cradled, held, known. Every atom in your body was forged in the interior of a star that lived and died before the solar system existed. The iron in your blood, the calcium in your bones, the carbon that forms the backbone of every molecule of your biology, all of it passed through stellar fire. All of it is as ancient as the universe itself. All of it belongs to the field, as thoroughly as the void between the galaxies. You are a local expression of a non-local reality. You are the universe looking at itself through your particular set of eyes, thinking itself through your particular quality of mind, loving itself through your particular arrangement of heart. The field knows this. The field has always known this, and now you are beginning to know it too. There is a quality of attention that opens the field. It is neither forceful nor passive. It is the attention of the skilled naturalist standing at the edge of a wood, alert and relaxed simultaneously, watching without demand, present without agenda, available to whatever the forest chooses to reveal. It is the attention of the deep-sea diver releasing their buoyancy and allowing gravity to carry them gently toward the floor of the ocean, descending without effort, surrendering direction to the pull of what lies below. Beneath the layer of thoughts, the planning and reviewing and narrating that the mind conducts ceaselessly, there is another layer. The layer of sensation, the body's continuous, rich, wordless report of its own existence. Temperature and pressure and the subtle electrical hum of living tissue, the rhythm of breath moving like tide, the heartbeat, faithful and ancient, keeping its count through every circumstance. And beneath the layer of sensation, find the awareness itself, the one who is noticing the sensations, the presence that has been here since your first moment of consciousness, unchanged by every change, unaged by every year, unmarked by every difficulty. This awareness is something prior to creation or achievement. It is what you are when everything else is removed. It is the field in its most intimate, most personal, most immediate expression. You are entering a space that has no edges. The field is genuinely boundless, and as you settle into the awareness that underlies thought and sensation, you begin to notice that the sense of being a bounded, located, separate thing is itself a construction, a useful construction essential for navigating physical reality. But a construction nonetheless. Beneath it, at the level of pure awareness, there are no walls. Feel the space in front of you, the space between your eyes and the horizon, the space between your hands and the walls, the space in the room, in the building, extending outward in every direction without interruption into the space that holds the city, the continent, the atmosphere, the orbit of the moon, the sweep of the solar system, the 100,000 light years of the galaxy, the billions of galaxies that make up the observable universe, and whatever lies beyond the edge of what any instrument has yet detected. The physicist David Bohm described the universe as a hollow movement, a flowing wholeness in which every part contains the whole, the way every fragment of a holographic plate contains the entire image. The ancient teachers of the Upanishads arrived at the same understanding through pure meditation. Tat Tvam Asi, that art thou. The field, the cosmos, the ground of being, that is you. The universe did not produce you as a separate product. The universe is expressing itself as you, temporarily, locally, specifically, beautifully, while remaining the universe entirely. The loneliness that lives in the human heart, that persistent, aching sense of being a small self adrift in an indifferent universe, dissolves in the field. Because in the field you discover that the universe is the very substance of your awareness. It is the space through which your thoughts move. It is the silence beyond your words. The loneliness was real. It was the authentic perception of a being who had forgotten its nature. But it was never the final truth. You are held. You have always been held. The field has never released you because you are the field. A particular, precious, unrepeatable expression of its infinite creative capacity, loved by it the way the ocean loves the wave it has become. Now go deeper, past the personal, past the memories and preferences and beliefs and relationships that constitute the identity called you, past the body, past the sensations, past even the quiet awareness you found a moment ago. There is a depth beneath the depth. The Zen masters called it Buddha nature, the original face before your parents were born. The Hindu sages called it Atman, the self that is identical with the universal self. The Sufi poets called it the annihilation of self in God, the individual's discovery that it was always the universal wearing a temporary particular form. In the field, before identity, before story, before the accumulation of a lifetime's experience, there is simply awareness. Rest in that awareness now. Allow the absence of story to feel like freedom rather than emptiness. Allow the absence of identity to feel like expansion rather than loss. For this is the paradox that every awakened being has discovered. The less you insist on being a particular thing, the more of everything you actually are. The loosening of the grip on personal identity reveals you. The field is the ocean, and you in this moment are discovering that you were always the ocean playing at being a wave. This discovery does not merely feel good, this discovery changes everything. The field is intelligent. This must be understood because the intelligence of the field is available to you, and many human beings move through their entire lives without accessing this resource, solving every problem with only the fraction of intelligence available to the personal mind, unaware that beneath that fraction lies an ocean. The intelligence of the field is the intelligence that designed your immune system, a surveillance and response network of staggering sophistication. It is the intelligence that coordinates the trillion-cell symphony of your body without any conscious instruction from you. It is the intelligence that guides the migration of birds across the continents they have never seen before. It is the intelligence that caused the right person to appear in your life at the exact moment you needed them, that arranged the apparently coincidental encounter that changed the direction of everything, that sent the dream that answered the question the waking mind could never resolve. Here, in the field, that intelligence is available. Ask it anything. The question need not be verbal. The field responds to the quality of your attention, to the genuine orientation of your consciousness towards something it seeks to understand or receive. Hold the situation that calls for wisdom. Hold the creative project waiting for its missing element. Hold the next step in the evolution of your work, your health, your abundance, your becoming. Hold it the way you hold a bird, firmly enough to feel its warmth, loosely enough for it to breathe, and then release it into the field. The response always comes. The field is generous beyond any human scale of generosity. Something is happening in your body right now. In the presence of field awareness, in the quieting of the chronic emergency signal of the survival mind, in the settling of the nervous system into its deepest available rest, the body's own intelligence is initiating processes that it has been waiting to initiate. Repair work long deferred because the body's resources were committed to the exhausting task of managing perceived threats. Regulatory processes that restore balance to systems operating in compensatory modes for months or years. The heart, in field awareness, generates a specific electromagnetic rhythm, a pattern called heart coherence in which the variability of the heartbeat becomes ordered and rhythmic. This coherent signal entrains the brain's electric activity, synchronizes the autonomic nervous system, and radiates outward from the body in a measurable field that influences the physiology of every person in the same room. Your heart in this moment is broadcasting coherence. Feel the quality of something settling, something that has been braced and guarded and vigilant for a very long time, beginning to soften in a more natural arrangement. The breath deepens without instruction. The shoulders release their habitual elevation. The jaw unclenches, the brow smooths. This is the body recognizing the field. This is the body remembering what it felt like before it learned to be afraid. The body requires no instruction from the conscious mind to heal. It requires space. It requires the reduction of interference. It requires the override of chronic stress. Be lifted long enough for the deep repair intelligence to do its work. Field awareness provides exactly this. Receive the healing available to you here. This is real. This is physiological. This is the body remembering its own genius. Everything that has ever been created arose from the field. Every intention, every symphony, every poem, every architectural wonder, every scientific breakthrough, every business built from nothing into something that serves thousands of people, all of it was first a possibility in the field before it was reality in the world. The Creator's task has always been the same, to become porous enough to the field that the possibility can move through them into form. The novelist who dreams the plot twist that resolves everything. The scientist who sees the solution in a vision while half asleep. The entrepreneur who wakes at 3 a.m. with the business model complete in every detail, needing only to be written down. The composer who hears the melody as though it were playing somewhere nearby, requiring only transcription. They were in the field. Feel it. The quality of openness that field awareness creates, the loosening of the habitual patterns of thought, the softening of the fixed frames of reference, the widening of the aperture of perception. In this state, combinations become possible that the categorizing, efficiency-seeking surface mind would never generate on its own. The unexpected connection appears, the angle of approach that renders the previously impossible suddenly straightforward reveals itself. The insight arrives whole, complete, clear, carrying with it the absolute certainty of rightness that distinguishes genuine creative inspiration from mere clever thinking. What you are meant to create is already complete in the field. You are in this moment becoming the instrument capable of receiving it. The field is abundance itself. This is the deepest recontextualization available to any human being. The ground of reality is inexhaustible. The substrate of existence is generative beyond any measure. The field has never run out. The field is the source from which all resources in all universes in all times continuously arise. And it does this without depletion, without strain, without any sign that its capacity is diminishing. You are connected to the field the way a wave is connected to the ocean. The connection is the wave's very nature. The story of scarcity is a contraction of awareness into something so local that the infinite background of provision becomes invisible. The field was always there. The abundance was always available. The contraction alone prevented its reception. In field awareness, the contraction releases intentions set in this state carry a coherence, an alignment between the conscious desire and the deep intelligence of the whole that makes them qualitatively different from the wishes generated by the surface mind. They are instructions issued by the field to itself, and the field is a faithful executor of instructions issued in its own language. You carry every experience of this activation forward. This is how the field works. It is a recording medium of infinite fidelity. Every moment of genuine field awareness you experience becomes part of the permanent record of your consciousness. Neuroscience confirms what the mystics have always known. The brain rewires itself in the direction of what it repeatedly experiences. The neural pathways of field awareness, once established, become easier to access with each return. The experience of the second visit is deeper than the first, the third deeper still. The field also connects you to every being who has ever entered it. In the non-local network of quantum reality, the accumulated wisdom of every meditation tradition, every mystical insight, every moment of genuine illumination that any human consciousness has ever experienced is accessible. You are tuning to that frequency now, just by listening to these words. The insight you need, the courage the moment requires, the love that the situation calls for, all of this is available, contributed by every being who has ever loved genuinely, acted courageously, and understood deeply. Draw on it freely. The field gives everything it has, which is everything, to every consciousness that genuinely opens to receive it. Open completely now. You are returning now, returning to the specific, to the name, the story, the body, the life, to the beautiful and complicated particulars of a human existence in this extraordinary and turbulent time, to the relationships, the work, the creative projects, the financial aspirations, the physical reality of a body in a world. Bring it all back. Bring the spaciousness back into the room, into the body, into the ordinary texture of the hours ahead. Bring the intelligence back, that vast, generous, non-local knowing available in the silence beneath all thought. Bring the creative fire back, ready to move through any project or intention or vision that awaits your returning attention. Bring the coherence back into the body, the deep cellular settling that happened while you were here, the repair that was initiated, the systems that were rebalanced. Bring the abundance back. Bring the knowing that the ground of reality is creative and generous and oriented toward the full expression of every possibility it contains, including you, including your desires, including the life your deepest self has been reaching toward. You are the bridge between the field and the world. This is the role of every conscious being, to be porous enough to the field that its intelligence, its creativity, its love, its healing, its abundance can flow through into the visible domain. The field is always available. This is the last and most important thing to carry from this activation. Access to the field is reserved for no special circumstance. The field is the ground of every moment of your existence. It is as available at 3 in the afternoon in a busy office as it is here, as available in a difficult conversation as in a mountaintop silence, as available in the body's pain as in its ease, because the field exists here, beneath the surface of this moment, as the very substance of this moment, woven through every atom of the chair and the air and the body hearing these words. The pathway to field awareness is simply the shift of attention from the surface to the depth, from the content of experience to the awareness in which all experience arises, from the wave to the ocean, from the particular to the vast. With practice, this shift requires less time. With practice, this shift becomes the natural resting state rather than the achieved result, until finally, the field and daily life are no longer two things, no longer depth and surface, but one continuous, luminous, intelligent experience that holds both the grandeur of cosmic awareness and the vivid particularity of a human life in one seamless embrace. This is the destination, the life available to the being who has found the field and learned to live from it. Before form, before identity, before the name they gave you at the beginning of your story, before the first impression, the first wound, the first love, the first loss, the first morning you woke and understood that you were alone in a body in a world that expected things of you, before all of that, you were here, pure, luminous, aware, and free. The field. You return to it now and you carry it back with you into the form, into the story, into the beautiful and complicated life that is yours to live. You carry it as a quality of spaciousness around every thought, as a quality of stillness beneath every motion, as a quality of knowing beneath every uncertainty, as a quality of abundance beneath every apparent constraint. You carry the field the way a glass carries water, shaped by it, defined by it, made overwhelmingly meaningful by it, overflowing with it. Let it overflow into your relationships, your work, your body, your finances, your world. A single human being genuinely grounded in the field changes the quality of every room they enter. For this is the miracle that field awareness makes possible. A single human being, genuinely grounded in the field, changes the quality of every conversation they initiate, every relationship they sustain. The intentions of experienced meditators have been demonstrated to alter the physical properties of water and the behavior of biological systems from a distance. A single, coherent heart changes the electromagnetic field of a shared space. One being in the field is a gift to every being in proximity. You are that gift. You have always been that gift. Now you know where the gift comes from, and the source has no bottom. Return to it daily. Return to it in the brief pauses between one activity and the next. Return to it in the moment before sleep, when the boundary between the personal and the infinite grows naturally thin. Return to it in the waking instant before the day's agenda arrives and claims the attention for its own purposes. Return and return and return. Each return is a homecoming. Each homecoming adds a layer of permanence to the knowing, until the day, closer than you imagine, when you open your eyes in the morning and the field is simply what you see, the field becoming conscious of itself through you in this now. Now, to end this, I wanted to play one of my songs. I've already played my song The Field in another episode. This one is one of my favorites. I may never release it. It almost made the first album, but it's over 7 minutes long because of its length. I wanted to share it with you here. This one's called One.
Let go into the flow where all things grow. Feel it coming, feel it rise. Close your eyes and realize. Dissolve, dissolve into it all. Dissolve, dissolve beyond the fall. Breathe deep, fall through. What was never true into what's new. Feel it calling, feel it pull. Empty space that's always full. Dissolve, dissolve into it all. Dissolve, dissolve beyond is calling me. The field is all I see. The field is all there is. The field where everything lives.
If you want to go deeper, you can also join the Reality Revolution community, where we explore these principles every week through live coaching, meditations, courses, and a powerful group of people applying these ideas together. You can start with a 7-day free trial and explore everything else inside. You can find the link in the description. It's at www.skool.com/Reality Revolution. All episodes of The Reality Revolution can be found at therealityrevolution.com. You can also find information about upcoming events. I'd be delighted if you checked out my art. You can find it at www.newearth.art. Be sure to subscribe to my second YouTube channel, The Brian Scott Musical Experience, where songs like this one and many others will appear on a regular basis. You can also find the link in the description, or you can look up The Brian Scott Musical Experience to find me. Welcome to the Reality Revolution. I am so excited to finally announce our newest event, 4 days in Maui, Hawaii, the ultimate timeline shift. This is a completely new event. It's not like the other events we've done. This is 4 days instead of 3. This is an advanced workshop. We will open activating your pineal gland. We will awaken energy centers. We will do the bliss body meditation. We will meet the higher self, quantum jump into your dream life. You'll meet your future self. You will learn how to navigate this new version of you, connect to your quantum heart, remember your future. We will discuss large sums of money, love, and we will activate the new earth. This is a more advanced version of our initial workshops that we've done. We're holding the event at the Maui Westin, which I'm so excited about. I've stayed there like 6 times. It's one of my favorite hotels in Maui, right there on Ka'anapali Beach. As soon as we're done, you can go out and enjoy the most amazing beach right there off the hotel. It's beautiful. The sunsets are amazing. It's one of my favorite places in the world, and it was my dream to hold an event here. And so this is going to be a very special experience. We have booked a limited number of rooms that you can get on a discount, and there is an early bird pricing at $997 for 4 days. That's amazing. So now is the time to get a ticket. I hope to see you there. I know that I've talked to many of you that are excited to come to this event. I want to combine the incredible peace and high vibration of Maui with these immersive meditative experiences into what will be the most profound transformational experience of your entire life. I can't wait to see you there. Once again, the event will be in Maui, Hawaii, at the Maui Westin on May 14th through the 17th. The link is www.brianscottlive.com/May-2026.
you.